Very excited here on the Sports Objective. I want to give love to the women's soccer program at East Carolina. Head coach of the program will be Coach Gary Higgins. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
Very excited. Before we talk about soccer, I just want to get you in person. What is your feeling about Greenville and East Carolina, first off?
Yeah, my family and I are so excited to be here. We came here in March, and obviously it's been a bit of a whirlwind, 5 or 6 months, but we absolutely love being part of Greenville and being part of East Carolina University and Pirate Nation. There's nothing quite like it. I've been involved in college athletics for a long time now, as a player and a coach, and this place is pretty special.
Yeah, talk about the fans, because going all the way back, my kids, I literally have them, a single dad, and it was the Duke game. I wanted to be here. I knew that it was going to be a special night. Talk about that, about the fans. And it was a school night, so I have a rule that I don't bring my kids most of the time unless they have the next day off to try out for their academics. But I wanted to be there. I was here with you guys in spirit. But talk about that fans. I heard about the atmosphere that night at Johnson Stadium.
No, that was one of my immediate goals coming into the program. I feel we done a really good job of promoting that when I was at Lenoir Rhyne, and Hickory's a small town, but we managed to get a lot of fans at the games because we were intentional about it. So I felt that could be a short-term goal, that we could have immediate impact in the local community, and to have it in that first game. Obviously Duke's a fantastic opponent and a formidable opponent, which definitely helped the attendance, but to see a record attendance, almost 1,400 people there, that's when I knew that we could really do something special here, and long term that we could have a lot of success, hopefully. So yeah, it was just a special night. There was so many kids in the stadium that night, and for me that's what it's all about. I feel my players should be role models within the community to the young kids growing up, and the more kids that we can get invested in soccer, then that's us doing our job.
Talk about your vision. I know there are a lot in Pirate Nation that are very happy. We have a group text with a lot of Pirate fans. They're very happy what you're doing. Talk about your vision of where you see this program going.
Yeah, I think the sky's the limit, to be honest. I feel that was one of the reasons I came to East Carolina. I feel there's so much potential. When I was interviewing for the job, a few colleagues of mine said that they feel it's like a sleeping giant, ECU soccer, and I was like, right, okay, let's go in there and wake that thing up then, and really get it going in the right direction. And I was fortunate that when I inherited the program, I felt the culture was in a good enough place to where I didn't have to rock the boat too much and shake things up too much. So we just branched off with some confidence, some self-belief, obviously some tactical discipline, and some other things related to soccer. But we're just coming together as a team and really working hard every single day and controlling what we can control. And when you do that, usually good things happen.
You read my mind. Is there something that you change in the culture? We talk about, speaking of Lenoir Rhyne, with Coach Mike Houston, Lenoir Rhyne coming here. What have you done to change the culture? We know that it was not like the program was like what he inherited with the football program. But with you guys, what did you do? Is there some team building, or what did you do to have these ladies believe?
Yeah, so we a lot of it initially was building that self-confidence and that belief in themselves first and foremost, and kind of taking the shackles off a little bit, allowing them to understand that mistakes happen in sport, mistakes happen in life, and you can't get away from that. It's just how you react to those mistakes, and having a positive reaction. So initially that was the first thing that I had to kind of shake off them, and they got on board with that quickly, thankfully. And then from a soccer standpoint, there was some tactical changes that we wanted to be extremely organised defensively, and then branch off with some offensive principles that we believe in. And we've focused a lot on sports psychology. I brought a program with Dan Abrahams. He's a world-renowned sports psychologist. I brought that with me from Lenoir Rhyne. It's an online platform that we use, which, again, at this level, the margin of victory is razor thin with these teams in our conference and on our schedule, so that can kind of get you over the edge in some of those close games, we feel, and again, the girls have really bought into that. I also brought a good friend of mine, Chuck Myers. He's like a performance/leadership coach. He doesn't know a lick about soccer. Well, he does a little bit now, but he didn't when I first brought him on to Lenoir Rhyne's team. But he knows a lot about life, and he knows a lot about adversity, and he knows a lot about being the right person and a good person, and I feel when you focus on those things, success usually follows on the field.
As far as the recruiting, it's got to help with the fact that last week you guys had votes for the first time in the program's history for the top 25. A lot of people, that really woke up a lot of fans, I know, in Pirate Nation to hear that you guys are getting votes and the respect now in the soccer community.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic, and obviously I'm very proud of that, and that's where we want to be eventually. But the coach in me kind of wants to pump the brakes a little bit in terms of like the expectations, because this has happened really, really quick. But we need to now, with being successful, you have to manage that success, and I've experienced that at Lenoir Rhyne, where you can get ahead of yourself a little bit too quickly sometimes, and it's all about managing those situations. And again, we're really proud that we're there, and it almost validates what we're doing from a culture standpoint. But now we need to understand there'll be a target on our back with other teams, and obviously we slipped up a little bit on Sunday there against William and Mary, and teams are going to come out and try and get after us now a little bit more. So we have to manage that, but the girls are ready for it, I believe.
And William and Mary is a respectable program. I mean, they've I hate to use the term owned us, but I looked at the record 1-12-1. I guess it's 1-13-1 now. So it's not like that they're. I know you know how good they are.
Yeah, they've got a lot of history and tradition, and she, their coach is a fantastic coach with a lot of experience. So they done well, and they came in, and I think that's been like our bogey / nemesis team in the past, and they're a great program that's had success. So it just proves like no one is going to hand anything to you. You have to go out and grab everything, and you have to take your opportunities, and it's up to us to control what we can control. And although it wasn't our best performance, it is a valuable lesson that we can learn heading back into conference play.
Very excited. Last week we had a big win on the road in Dallas against SMU, a ranked team. Only the fourth time in program history that we beat a ranked program, and another proud moment for you guys.
Yeah, that was a special moment, and going to Dallas and those 2-day trips or 3-day trips are a lot of fun, because you get to do a lot of team bonding and spend some time with one another. And yeah, SMU, I'm not going to lie, they were a top team. They had some great players. I would put them in that bracket with the likes of Duke and South Carolina that we played early on, in terms of the ability to do a lot on the offensive side of the ball, and we had to be switched on tactically and technically, and more importantly mentally, to really come through on top that game. And another thing I was so proud of was the fact that we came from behind, and they scored first, and the crowd was loving it on their side, and that puts a lot of pressure on you when you're away from home. But we responded quickly, and then we eventually got the winner at the end, and that was a special moment.
You're talking about SMU having a lot of great players. You have a lot of great players too on your team. Can you talk about some of the ladies that have been really the standouts for the Pirates?
Yeah, not to sound cliche, or I have to first say that it really has been a team effort, and without everyone coming together collectively, we wouldn't have had success. But to single some people out, we'll start from the back. Maeve English, obviously local product from Greenville, and she's really matured into a leader. And one of the things that Coach Evan, who I brought in a few months ago, he's done a tremendous job with all of our keepers in our back line, and Maeve would be the first one to tell you that the unit in front of her has really helped prevent chances from happening. So it's not like she's made obviously some amazing saves, but probably not as many as she had to in the previous years, and it's because we're really disciplined unit in front of her. And then our back line is quite a young back line. We've only got one senior back there, and then it's a freshman and 2 sophomores. So for them to really lead the nation really and goals against is fantastic, and a great sign for our future defensively. Offensively, Carson Parkers came back for her 6th year and managed to start scoring some goals, which we were really happy to see. Sydney Schnells really came into her own and provided some assists and got herself a goal, and then Annabelle Abbott and Isabella Gutierrez are getting some goals from the midfield. But again, the collective team unity and the togetherness is what got us on that 7-game unbeaten streak with a couple of really important wins there, and we need to get back to that of being real togetherness and driving each other forward.
Talk about the schedule we have coming up for Pirate fans. I know we have a game Thursday night and Sunday afternoon, late afternoon, that I want to get a lot of people there, including myself.
Yeah, no, we are excited. We've got 3 more home games in a row here. So we've got Houston on Thursday night, UNCG on Sunday, and Tulsa next Thursday. But Houston are coming in. They finished second in the American Conference last year, and if you're finishing second in the American Conference, you're a top program. So they have our respect, and we are really excited to play against another fantastic team. So we have to be organised and disciplined, and hopefully we can add a little bit more quality on the ball offensively.
As far as fans, I know a Pirate Nation, what would you tell them? I know that there are a lot of people that are pumped up, as a lot of word on the street. And, of course, we have the football program that's doing very well right now, too. But what would you tell them to get out here and help these ladies out coming up this weekend?
Yeah, we would just love to see as many people from Pirate Nation out there. It makes such a difference at this level. Like I mentioned earlier, on the sports psychology side of things, the support and the fans' involvement really helps you in those close games as well to get you over the edge, and when you can create that atmosphere and that environment. You saw with football the special atmosphere they've had. I'd never really watched much baseball when I came here, but when I came here in the spring, I went to pretty much every baseball game, and they went on that special run, and the atmosphere there was amazing, and it just makes such a difference. So we would love to see as many people out there to cheer the girls on and get us over the line in some of these really, really close conference games. And we've got a beautiful stadium in Johnson Stadium, and it looks even more beautiful when there's lots of people in there.
No doubt, and if they can't, there are a lot of people around the nation that can't make the games, a lot of people, friends that come to mind. But one of the things I think has been, I hate to use the term, a game changer for especially Olympic sports. I'm really happy with ESPN Plus. It's made me a better fan as a Pirate, where I can keep up with a lot of the sports that normally, because of my schedule, I couldn't come to the games.
Yeah, it's first class. ESPN do such a great job. The research they do before games in terms of the commentary, they do is such a professional standard, and then the HD quality and the instant replays. I'm so jealous of my players, because I just wish I had that when I played, and you can go back and analyse your games, and you have that on ESPN on demand forever, really. So yeah, the girls are very fortunate, and it's such a great thing for families who are maybe far away, like you mentioned, to watch their kid play on television and stuff. The only thing is you see my ugly face in high definition, which it's not the best.
Before we let you go, non-soccer questions. Is there a place, like a restaurant or a place in Greenville, a hangout that if fans would maybe see you around? Yeah,
so I've really, my wife and I have really enjoyed the different options in Greenville. There's lots of different restaurants. Nino's is a personal favourite, the Italian place that's close. We've been there a few times. We also love Indian food, so we've been to Cinnamon Bistro. But there's obviously a lot of restaurants and places that support East Carolina athletics as well, which is, again, it's just, my wife and I just love the fact that Greenville is a college town. We love being involved in those environments and those atmospheres, and when you go to restaurants, people are always wearing purple and gold, and even coming up and saying hi to you when they know that you're the coach and stuff. So we're really enjoying our time here, and there's lots of cool places to choose from for sure.
Have you had any Eastern North Carolina barbecue, and do you have a favorite place?
Yeah, my wife's from North Carolina, so she got me into barbecue when we were back in Hickory, and she told me about the difference between the Western and Eastern barbecue. So her and I probably lean more towards the Eastern type, and the vinegar base. We really enjoy it. Don't have a favourite place yet, to be honest. We've tried a bunch of different ones, and they've all been good. But what's it? The one that starts with S.
Sam's.
That Sam Jones. That one. We had the team. We had a meal catered for the team one day at my house, and that was really, really nice. So if I had to choose one, I'd probably say Sam Jones right now. But we do need to go out and venture out and try all of them. So hopefully we're here for a long time, so we can do that.
Coach, it's been a real honor. Thank you for inviting us here, right here on campus to be with you. Good luck, and we're looking forward to having you on more. And obviously, this program, we know with your leadership and the ladies working really hard and other coaches, the sky's the limit. And thank you so much for choosing Greenville and East Carolina.
No, thank you again for having me, and go Pirates.
Yeah.